A backpack? It isn't just a bag, right? For some people, it's a statement, it's a tool. Heck, it's practically an extension of who they are. Today, we're going to dive deep into the world of elite carry, where we've got two backpacks that represent two totally different philosophies. And listen, this is not your average campus bookstore bag we're talking about here. No way. We're in a whole other league. A category of gear where the design, the materials, and yeah, the price, they all reach a completely different level. And right at the very top of this food chain, two contenders have clawed their way up. You could call them the apex predators of the backpack world. And each one completely dominates its own territory with a totally distinct idea of what a backpack should even be.
So really, the choice you're making isn't just about pockets and zippers. It's about an ideology. It's about who you are. Do you go for that silent, almost invisible perfection of technical minimalism? Or are you all about the expressive, feature-packed power of luxury performance?
All right, let's get right to it. In this corner, we've got the almost mythical Nomin V2 coming from Arc'teryx's super high-end Veilance line. And in the other corner, we have the TUMI McLaren Velocity, a crazy fusion of TUMI's travel know-how and bona fide Formula One tech. This is going to be good. Okay, so to really get what this battle is all about, we've got to get to know the contenders first. So let's meet these so-called apex predators.
So let's start with the Nomin. And honestly, this quote just nails it. An artifact from the future. It really does feel like that. It doesn't look like someone designed it. It looks like it was discovered. It's this clean, monolithic thing that just completely defies what you think a backpack should look like.
So you might be asking, how in the world does it get that futuristic look? Well, the magic really starts with its special AC-squared fabric and taped seams. These are tricks borrowed straight from hardcore mountain gear, which makes this thing incredibly weatherproof. The whole idea behind it is reductive, meaning it's all about what they took away. That's why you get this totally logo-free, hyper-clean look. It is the absolute definition of silent luxury.
And then you've got the TUMI McLaren Velocity. This quote gets right to the heart of it. Unlike the Nomin, this bag doesn't hide its high-performance roots. Oh no, it wears them like a badge of honor, pulling its inspiration directly from the world of supercars. And you can see that philosophy in how it's built, where the Nomin is all about one special material. The Velocity is a hybrid. It mashes together TUMI's super tough ballistic nylon with bits of actual CX6 carbon fiber. Yeah, the same stuff they use in racing. Its whole philosophy is additive. It's about packing in more features, celebrating that McLaren collab. The results? A bold, tech-forward look that is absolutely not afraid to make a statement.
Okay, so now we know the players. Let's put them head to head. This is where all that philosophy stuff gets real. We're talking tangible, in-your-face trade-offs. Let the showdown begin. And right out of the gate, round one is a total knockout. I mean, the Nomin V2 is, for all intents and purposes, waterproof. People who've tested it say there's zero leakage, even in a downpour, all thanks to that sealed, high-tech build. The TUMI? Well, it's durable, sure, but it's only water-resistant. It'll be fine if you're dashing from your car to the office, but it is not built for a monsoon. And if you're an urban commuter, believe me, that is a massive, massive difference. Now, that minimalist thing we talked about, it leads to another huge trade-off: weight. The Nomin clocks in at just under a kilogram. That is ridiculously light for a pack that's so structured and weatherproof. The TUMI, on the other hand, is almost 40% heavier. And that extra weight, it's coming from the thicker materials, all the padding, and of course, all those extra features. And trust me, at the end of a long day, you're absolutely going to feel that difference.
So what about how they actually feel on your back? This is interesting. The Nomin uses something called warp strength technology in its straps, tech they literally pulled from their climbing harnesses. The straps look impossibly thin, but just about everyone who's tried them raves about how comfy they are. The TUMI goes for a more traditional, thick, padded strap, but, and this is a big but, its killer feature is that add-a-bag sleeve. If you're a frequent flyer, being able to slide your backpack right over your luggage handle, man, that is a total game changer.
And that difference just keeps going once you look inside. The Nomin is basically a blank canvas. You get two big compartments, and that's pretty much it. You have to bring your own organizers. The TUMI, though, is like a mobile office. It has specific pockets for everything, and it is loaded with tech, from a built-in USB port to charge your stuff to the TUMI tracer for tracking it down if it gets lost. It's so clear. One is a pure minimalist shell, the other is a feature-packed gadget. All right, the big question. what does this kind of crazy engineering and design actually cost you? Let's talk about the investment, because let's be real, these aren't just backpacks, they are pieces of prestige.
Okay, first up, the Arc'teryx Veilance Nomin V2. You're looking at roughly 27,000 Thai baht, which is about $800. Just let that sink in for a second. That is a serious price for any backpack, and it really sets the bar for what we mean by elite carry.
But then there's the TUMI McLaren Velocity. And you might want to sit down for this. It comes in at around 61,500 Thai baht. Yes, that is more than double the price of the Nomin. Now look, that price reflects the McLaren name, the carbon fiber, all the built-in tech, I get it. But still, a price tag like that really makes you ask, what is the value here?
So after all of that, you're probably wondering, okay, which one is better? But see, that's the wrong question to ask. The right question is, which one is you? The verdict here isn't about picking a winner. It's about figuring out which of these bags matches your personal archetype.
So first up, let's talk about the architect, or maybe the design purist. You know this person. They value beautiful form, the integrity of the materials, and an aesthetic that's almost invisible. For them, there's beauty in stripping things down to their essential performance. If that sounds like you, then the choice is crystal clear. It's the Arc'teryx Veilance Nomin V2. That absolute weather protection is a must-have for a life spent walking or on public transit. Its super lightweight minimalist shape adds to your style instead of distracting from it. It's a technical tool that just perfectly lines up with everything you value. Okay, our second type of person, the global consultant, or the tech executive. Their office is literally an airport lounge. Their commute is a flight across the ocean. For them, it's all about efficiency, convenience, and making a clear statement that says, I've made it. And for this kind of road warrior, the TUMI McLaren Velocity is the absolute perfect match. That add-a-bag sleeve, it's not just a nice feature, it's essential. The USB port keeps them connected and powered up, and that in-your-face luxury branding sends the right message in the business class cabin. It's a tool that is perfectly engineered for a life that is always, always on the move.
So really, it all boils down to this. Two very different philosophies, two ways of moving through the world. Are you the silent operator, or are you the F1 jet setter? At the end of the day, the only question that really matters is, which one are you?